Basically kind of the same FTC control system. Basically the tank drive, the right motor spins, and the left motor as well. Can reverse as well, and any other direction that we want to do. We have the L1 and R1 buttons to move the center fans for a vertical lift. And then we have our cloggles. It's basically a gear system with kind of a belt. The belt system that rotates a gear that pulls just a string closed, that'll pull each of the gears closed, and then as we loosen the string, we have a spring that pulls them back open. That's the basic one. Oh, and inside these two ABS tanks, we have, is it 4 or 5? 4. We have 4 water bottles inside that we can remove and add sand or water depending on how much more weight we need to adjust our ballast.
At this point, do we have any questions?
What does that do?
Glad you asked. I was hoping I get to talk about it. Right. This is Overseer, literally oversea exploration robot, hence the name Overseer. The intent was to have a swiveling camera array mounted to the front to provide reconnaissance during our mission from above. This would be an entirely surface robot, only had 2 pumps to move it on a horizontal plane. And the reason that it will not be used is because even with the mounted laser, it is unable to illuminate anything on the field other than the ROV and the charging station because of the curtain. So we decided to just do away with it. We've already kind of stripped it down. Really, this robot was designed around 2 a.m. at my home. You know, when I was half asleep, half awake. I don't know, I think it was kind of a moment of inspiration. It's an entirely solid frame made out of the Kiddo parts aluminum from the FRC competition. It is mainly built from, I guess you could say, scraps from the shop, which would be the aluminum from the Kiddo parts, and leftovers, really. These 4 ABS tanks were leftovers from other years, and as well as LEDs that are no longer on here, and these 2 motors, which were on last year's robot. I would like to also say that I consulted my father in how to make this frame lighter but sturdier. Instead of having angle pieces, he taught me this kind of trick here, having three different, it's called axes meet at one point to give it that same strength. And actually, you can even stand on this; it will not fall over. One last thing he did, which we will not be having on this robot, but we'll instead have on Underdog, is he was able to make this little watertight contraption for the green laser to illuminate. It's really just made out of a plug covered in electrical tape. It is a PVC pipe with a little Lexan circle which he jammed in there at pressure. Completely waterproof, watertight, and if you can see the laser at the bottom, I will point it at the table in front of you. So that will help us out, and he's been a great help as well. Last of all, I think we'd all like to thank Mr. Warner for giving us the inspiration, coming in early each morning and staying as late as 2 a.m. Well, not this season, but as late as 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. at night to help us finish this. Any other questions? I hope that answered.
I think that's all the time we have.
Thank you.
So what's your decision to making the crow like 2 holes instead of?
Well, we saw, well, actually our president here, Tyler, saw online that Carl Hayden had a scripting mechanism like it, and so as we talked about it, we decided that that was probably our best option to go with, because not only would it be able to grab the life forms, but it would also be able to grab any rings that we needed to pull out for the charging station, or when we needed to bring down the fuel rod or let go, release the data. Really. So that's what we decided to go with it and put the grip on it so it would help it, because we don't exactly have a very powerful motor on it to just keep it clamped. So that's why we had the grip on it to help it along.